Ron Hanks is shooting at fake Dominion voting machines and calling for an audit in Colorado, a state Joe Biden won in 2020 by more than 13 points. In liberal Washington state, a local Republican party is knocking on doors trying to uncover voter fraud.
We're canvassing now in about a dozen counties.
In Crow Wing, Minnesota, a bright red county in a state that's gone blue since 1976, residents are pressing the Board of Commissioners for an audit based on false and misleading pretenses.
That log will tell us if that thing went onto the internet and switched any votes.
And in Alabama, which former President Trump carried by 25 points, Republican Secretary of State John Merrill is still batting back unfounded claims of fraud.
I think a lot of that is people listening to people who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. It's almost as if they will claim that a murder was committed, and yet they cannot prove that the person ever lived, let alone a body or a weapon.
In the years since rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol, convinced the 2020 election was stolen, many Republicans are still lapping up Trump's election lies. They're pressuring local officials to revisit 2020. Some are even running for higher office. Others are passing legislation making it easier to meddle in election administration.
32 of those bills have become law in 17 states, which is a really unprecedented amount of legislative interest in the mechanics of election administration.
Efforts to undermine confidence in election results began in hotly contested battleground states, but have since ballooned into a nationwide crusade. In Colorado, election officials like Justin Grantham are aware of Hank's ad.
With his copy machine that he blew up with a rifle? Yes, I have seen that.
But State Representative Hanks rebuffed offers to learn about the voting systems firsthand.
I've extended multiple offers for him to come into my office and talk to me about the election, and he's not responded and not come in.
Hanks told CNN he appreciates the offers, but he did his own research.
I didn't really need it. I was at other locations, and so that made it rather redundant.
Asked why he's still spreading debunked conspiracies, Hanks says nothing has been debunked.
I think that is a false argument. We have found evidence, and it is compounding daily.
Back in Alabama, when Merrill met with election deniers, including MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell,
the whole technology was attacked.
He easily debunked their claims.
And the information that they had been sharing with us could have been cleared up by doing a simple Google search of addresses.
Other officials, though, are aiming to appease their constituents. When CNN asked a Crow Wing commissioner, who previously said he's confident in the county's election, for an interview,
I got an email last night. I'm going to read it.
He declined, instead reading our interview request to audit supporters in a county meeting.
Sarah Murray, CNN News.
This week, he and other board members voted to ask Minnesota's Secretary of State to launch an audit.
Motion passes.
Now, democracy advocates worry that this swirl of disinformation could lead to more violence around future elections. Even Dominion Voting warned that violent ads like the one Ron Hanks is running in Colorado can endanger its employees as well as its customers.